Hello challengers, ChallengerAoE here, and today we'll be doing another 0 to Hero episode. So in the previous two videos, the first one was me doing Cicero's Archer build order, the second one was me basing a hard computer, and now today I'll be doing a multiplayer online game. This is ranked against Mayerg, I believe. So we're just going to start the game now. Alright, I'm going to remove Fog of War, and for now I might just leave myself on view lock. So as we're starting, let's actually just kind of look at our bases. So I've got two back fours, woodline to the forward, woodline at the back, secondary gold at the back, and main gold out to the side. So quite open along here. And I've got my forage bushes there. So it should be really easy to get these extra deer as well, just because they're stuck against the back of the map. Look at Mayerg. Back berries, that's nice and safe for him. His boar and deer are also very close to each other. Secondary gold here. Always got another gold there, so that's quite good for him. Main stone out on this woodline forward. And secondary stone here. Now I look at this, in hindsight, it might have been a good map to tower on, but I was trying to focus on that Archer build order. And his main gold is here, with a nice safe back wood line. So he's pretty short on wood, and it's quite I must say, Mayerg's map is a lot worse than mine. His rating was also about 20 points lower than me as well. And you know, this channel is all about me learning and growing, and I really do not know what happened in this game. No idea. So I'm quite curious to see this replay and see how things ended up. So I'm just going to chuck things on 2x speed now. As you see, it's just a game that I haven't really nothing's really played out like it before. So again, I'm going for that Archer build. And I'm trying to get to feudal to start creating those double ranges and those double arches at the same time. So let's go to my Fog of War. So I've scouted everything. I believe I'm missing 2 sheep which were there. I've seen both my boars. Boar lore wasn't too neat, and I almost lost a villager in the process. There was a tiniest little bit of lag, but not enough to really upset my game. Remove Fog of War now. So you saw I've looked at my base a fair bit. Mayerg using that Mayan Eagle Scout, he gets that extra field of vision and a bit of extra speed, so he's absolutely killing on the points just with that extra scouting. And it's really good to see that he's really scouting out his area really in detail. Hasn't even committed to going to see me yet. For him, I'm not sure if he's got a build order or if something just normally does, but he's gone very heavily investing on food and wood. But let's just focus back on me now. So, as I said, I've got that house production on the go. I've just finished both my boars. I've still got sheep left. I've still got all my berries. So I've got my 8 lumberjacks, 4 foragers, 1 farmer, 4 builders. Must be building a mining camp. Oh, mill. So I decided to mill those deer just because they're not going very far. So the walks wouldn't be very long, and that's just free food in the bank. What's that? 140 per deer, so easy stuff right there. Starting to wall up now. Getting a nice early wall on. Because of his score, I didn't really expect much from Mayerg, and then I saw that quick feudal. So he's hitting it before 12 minutes. Probably where I should have been doing it, but I've certainly fallen behind. So if he hit it at 11, I'm probably going to hit it about 12 minutes and 15 seconds. Immediately starting down those ranges. Mayerg's come forward in this time, and he's built a forward barracks, changed his perspective, and he's immediately gone straight to Scout Eagle production. You can see he's gone heavily into that gold. He's still getting all that that free food from the resources around him. Hasn't even built a single farm yet. So for him, he's really stretching those resources, doing a great job there, and he's getting a fair few barracks up. The man's made of wood at this point. He's certainly committing to the Eagle Scouts, and I think this is one of the biggest faults with my game plan here. Despite seeing that he's going into Eagle Scouts, knowing that he's a lower ranked player, so he's probably going to be like me, just committing to one play style, I've continued pushing out with the archers. If you don't know, Eagle Scouts have that absolute awesome pierce armor resistance. I'm not sure if they've been upgraded yet, but they've already got 2 pierce armor. So that essentially means that for every 4 damage, I'll actually be doing 2. Each arrow will do 2 damage to an Eagle Scout, which means I need way more than the amount of archers that I have now, just to kill one single eagle. Now this was concerning. You put a watchtower out here. I thought maybe building there would have been better, but I'm not entirely sure what the point of this tower was. Initially I thought he might be trying to push me with towers, and so I did consider building towers of my own. In the end I just thought, there's no real point, may as well let him take it. There's nothing, no real resources over here. Just going to go over here and take another wood line. Right now I've walled up, I'm safe. Alright, so let's look at our military count now. I'm just going to pause the game here. So, Mayerg has 14 infantry, he's got all his Eagle Scouts forward. Doesn't look like they're upgraded, no upgrades on those boys. And meanwhile I've got 20 with my scout still there. And I have fletching on my archers as well, and I've got padded archers coming in, so I've got more upgrades on my archers, and I think I'd have less numbers. Oh, I've got more numbers. I've got 6 more archers, so I've got much heavier production. Again, at this point, when I saw that it was coming to this, I probably should have changed into men at arms as I'm in feudal age, and then gone for champions in the imperial age, or perhaps once I hit castle age, focused on getting the special unit, which I've completely forgotten what it's called. Oh, wrong one. It's the Ethiopians. Shotel Warriors. Absolutely awesome, absolutely melt buildings. So Mayerg focusing heavily on wood and food. I'm going very heavily in wood and now gold. Much less farmers, but I've got much more consistent production. He's now identified that I've got archers, and he's put down a range of skirmishes, no doubt. Yep, and he's producing those. Housed, as per usual, so I'm trying to use more villagers to smash out those houses. Ignoring this tower, I just don't see any point dealing with it, and I've just abandoned this wood line. Mayo could have identified that I didn't actually have any stone in my base, and I thought he was going to tell me. That was always a concern, but it never happened. So now I'm going to Castle Age. I've just wanted to bring all marches out. So I've got a bit of a... I think Mayerg, he's now got the arm upgrades on his Eagle Scouts, so he easily could have wiped out this whole entire army, but he's left it, and it seems like he's trying to keep that villager hidden from me. He's right now going for that wall, and his eco home is quite spread out, but it looks to me like he's focusing on getting on those forward buildings. I've put down a town centre there on stone, and this stone, simply because I was a bit concerned about that stone, and I've got that crossbow and thumb ring upgrade coming in already, and I'm coming through the wall. So, bit of a late response. Managed to get a few shots off, killed a few villagers. And Mayog's hit castle. And he's coming in now. Get the TC up, garrison it. And I've still got... No. I've stopped creating crossbowmen, which I really shouldn't have considering how much resource I've still got in the bank. So I've been raiding his base, making him run around. He should have a lot of idle time right now. Yep, 20 idle villages. It's looking really good for me at this point in time, but then I just rest my army in his base. So he's barely getting any resources at this point in time. I've put this whole entire army. I stupidly go in to try and get some arch kills. I'm trying to do some really awful micro, but at the same time, trade wasn't worth it. He's run in, he's killed all my gold miners. My woodcutters have gone up here. I responded to that. Still got villagers coming out, and I've got holes in my base. We might just pause it there, just have a look around the map. So I was hoping he might send villagers out to here, so I thought I'd take my archers, crossbowmen on his wood line, still on his stone. And like I did against the computer, what I thought I was doing was holding him into his base. I didn't realise there was this hole there where he's now fled, and he's now starting to boom with small eco out here. He's going to put up a TC on this wood line, and he's got some woodcutters out here. What else do we have? Still got these forward buildings. So in terms of military, I have 32. Most of them aren't in my base, they're all forward, but they're not killing anything, and that was a big problem I had in this. So I've basically locked down his base, but you know, I'm not really capitalising anything. So he's got 24 infantry. I've got 32 ranged units. Mayog's got 18 idle veals, 23, 36, 38. He's got 42 villages. So it's fantastic for me. I'm really surprised how few idols I got. So I got 26, 45, 46 villages. So on the villager front, I could be doing a lot better. I suspect, yeah, I'm housed and I'm producing 5 villages from one town centre as opposed to multi-villages across all town centres. So I really need to focus on hitting spacebar more and looking at that. But despite getting raided, I've only got 1 idle bill, which is absolutely awesome. I'm assuming that's his farmer. Alright, so we'll pause it again. I've decided to whack up a castle to protect my farms. I think this is a poor decision. And I've noticed that he's just hidden his army out in the corner of the map. I can't see that, but I know that there's roughly over here. Unfortunately for me, he moved his army forward because I decided that I'd try and gate in his whole entire army and render them useless. He saw this one, unfortunately. I'm unsure what the pathing is. Had lots of villagers taking odd directions. So I was a little unfortunate there. Maybe I could have gotten a hit before he got there, but oh well. So he's going to run out of that base. I've tried to wall it up the best I can, but honestly I didn't think I even started either of those. And I've just got nothing happening in his base. I'm just sitting there. And he's now running in these. And he's going to easily clean up my army because I've split all marches up into small groups. Now I've run forward villagers, wanting to stick a forward castle in his base because I realised he couldn't really do much about that. But he caught me on the way out, he's killed my villagers. I've walked through here to see this is here. And this is when I regret not putting it. If I'd castled here as opposed to his other base, would have had so much more damage. This base is basically just a skeleton. So I leave these guys, I try to stick them in the corner on top of that hill for that extra bonus. This is horrible. Honestly, I don't think Mayog realised how much better these were. I mean, he's got 5 pierce armour, my dudes do 7, so I do 2 damage per shot. and he's denied this castle. Fortunately for me, he leaves it alone, so I'm able to lead it and get many of those resources back. So my base isn't looking awesome. I've got more archers coming through, and I decided to escape with my archers, and I brought them back to here, and this was just by chance. And hit the gold mine. Lots of villager kills here. After here, I decided that I should probably come forward, ram down all these forward buildings. But I feel like he's probably got the advantage now. So I've got 63 ranged units. Mae's got 34, so he does have his army out of position. Now is definitely the best time to push. I'm just going to leave my military for a bit. So he's now consolidating, and he's getting those mangonels, which would have been devastating. And once again, I make the fateful decision. I decided I was going to go back up there to kill those villagers again. Still got all these buildings around me. I've castled my base to protect the sides. He's coming forward, so I've just thrown away all this wood and gold on the battering rams. Really didn't have to, and I didn't even get any information on where his army was. And so he's still producing. Moog's now at 120 population. I'm at 159. Really, you know, my army composition is not as good as his, simply because I'm doing archers against something that's arch resistant. But so then I decided to switch into men at arms now. But I want to go to champions because obviously those soldiers will be much better against his eagle warriors. So I've gone for a bit of a tech switch now. In his base, I've now brought in my crossbowmen. Really should have seen that coming. And I've brought my rams down here because I want to destroy that town centre. At this point in time, I'm feeling pretty confident. We're just going to go fog of war. I'm feeling pretty confident that this is his main base and that I'm going to finish him off. Really wish I got more kills from this. I'm feeling pretty confident I'm going to finish him off. But little I know, he's hit castle age. I mean, look at all these resources that I've got. He's getting all that food and wood just because, again, he's doing these small little outskirt bases. And now he's pushing in. I've got those long swords. Making quick work of him. Absolutely cleaned him up there. Look at that amount of bodies I have compared to him. And then I decided to push the advantage. But he's now flooding the market with them. I managed to kill that trap, which was so important because obviously I've got all these buildings in my base. But I'm starting to slowly neglect my economy. I've come down here. I've got all these archers again out of place. And just look at this. This is what happens when you choose and you commit to the wrong unit. I've just thrown away all those archers. And so he's now trapping me down. And I'm desperately, let's look at my resources quickly. Desperately trying to get more resources, but I just keep spending them for them to die. I lost them all trying to build archers when I really should have just gone straight into longswords tech. And then longswords even would have helped me destroy his buildings. So right now, despite I'd say may have been, I would say not as good as me. At least he, the unit he committed to was the correct unit. Here I was trying to do my archer build order and all just fell apart. He also had that really quick feudal, which I feel like I could have capitalised on more. But right now, you know, now I'm just kind of panicking. I tried to send all my villagers to another wood thing, but I realised it wasn't even here. I've got all this gold. I'm now trying to buy and sell. I'm trying to get out those two-handed swordsmen. And he's just got constant production. And this is where it just snowballs out of control from here. Look at this. He's got many of his barracks producing units. He's just pumping out those trebbing down castles. And it's pretty much all over from here. I'm getting gold in his base. He saw that I was trying to mine his gold there. He's realised that I was probably at the gold mine. I run over here, desperately trying to find resources. I find that stone, luckily, and then this is my last army. And I call it GG. So, I feel like in most of the videos that I've been showing you guys, it's been me winning, but that's not really what this channel's about. It's all about me learning and you guys trying to help me out to make me better. So this one, I'm really curious as to what you guys think I could do better in the future. I feel like I had a really strong, once I hit Castle Age, I had a really strong army. My crossbows were pretty much fully upgraded. I ran in here, I did a bit of damage, but then I was idle for a long time, and I never really responded to the fact that he had heavily invested into Elite Eagle Warriors. I think in hindsight, knowing both of our skill levels, I should have just gone straight into militia, men-at-arms, long swordsman. But I honestly thought that I had the numbers to overpower him. I also thought that I'd destroyed his base, but credit to Maerg, he really spread out and he really adapted. Probably instead of my forward castle, I probably should have built a safe castle closer to my base and really established the area around my base a lot more. Probably brought my army back, just kept on booming and using that army to stop his attacks. So let's jump into the achievements. So we see I did so much more. Obviously I threw out lots of archers, but I did a fair bit of damage myself. Of course he had those non-archer units, so he was going to do more damage to buildings anyway. I had the biggest army, but I didn't use it properly. And this is interesting. I felt like my economy was much stronger than Maerg for most of the time, but he had that constant villager production. It really reflects here, where I managed to get less than him despite having less idle time overall. And even this stone collected, I think that would have given me the most castles yet. 3 to his 1. I mean, he was even getting relics. Oh, and he even had the villager high. Again, that all comes down to the fact that he was using his town centres when I was doing nothing. And then these are the technology stats, if you can have a look. Finally, let's finish here. Boom, my military was absolutely huge just from Imperial. That's when I threw it all away at his various points in his base. He also had this massive villager boom. Once I hit feudal, that's when I started attacking his villages, and you can kind of see that, yeah, I hit castle and I really plateaued out instead of booming with villages. So a bit of a shame there, but obviously lots of things to learn. So that was today's video challenges. If you liked it, chuck us a like, subscribe to the channel. Any recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have a map you'd like me to play, email me at ChallengerAoE@gmail.com. But I'll just catch you guys in later videos. See you, challengers.